In my personal practice of Save, I created what I call Sin Mora's box, which is a giant box filled with the names of about 450 beings, humans, elves, dwarves, Jotuns, gods, all of their consorts, all of the people, places, and things in Norse lore. And I created this box because it grounds me, it gives me purpose. And so when I do my rituals, I have certain songs which are called Fardlokur, and I open the gates to get me to Yggdrasil, to the world tree. And then I pick a name or two or three out of the box and I summon them. And the Norns usually give me runes to sing along with the summoning of these beings. And I sit and I talk from them. I talk with them and I learn from them. And last night I was learning from Aurvandil, and I wanted to talk a little bit about who he is and the interesting dream I had afterwards. And it's all good message. It's all good messages. So Aurvandil is the husband of Groa, and Groa is one of the most powerful healers and vulvas that are connected to the gods. In fact, there were several times that she healed Thor and saved his life. She also was the mother of Svipdag. She was very powerful in casting spells. And her husband was named Aurvandil. And Aurvandil was a warrior and also a beloved friend of Thor. And in the Skaldskaparmal, there's a story of Aurvandil fighting with Thor during the wars in which Thor was proving his prowess, and he had incarnated on Earth, and he was a warrior. And in one of the wars, Aurvandil had died, and Thor was carrying his body back home, and that shows how much he loved Aurvandil. Like, Aurvandil was beloved of Thor, and so you can see like this care and this tenderness that Thor would have for Aurvandil. He was his battle friend. He was probably one of his best friends. And Groa being Aurvandil's wife and Thor's healer, there was a strong intimacy between Aurvandil and Groa, and probably Thor and Sif, and or it could be before Sif. It might have been Thor and Yarn Saxa. So anyway, Thor was traveling back home, and he was going to bring Aurvandil's body back, and he encounters a storm. And the storm was so fierce that it caused Aurvandil's toes to freeze and crack. And so Thor broke them off and took his big toe and threw it into the heavens. And it became Aurvandil's toe, which was a guiding light. And there are some scholars that say that Aurvandil's toe is actually it's actually the star called Rigel, which is the foot of the Orion constellation. And the Orion constellation is seen upside down in the sky during the winter months. And so I think this is really powerful, especially connecting to Proto-Indo-European myth of the Orion constellation. So originally, the Orion constellation is called Al-Jawza, Jawza, and it is a constellation that symbolizes the great giant. And it is always symbolized by a hunter, by a bowsman, and by a powerful, loving, masculine figure that he stands toe to toe with the gods. This is man who has learned the goodness and the greatness of what it means to be a man and can stand toe to toe with God's incarnating in this earth. And in the Greek myths, he has a terrible outcome, just as much as Aurvandil dies, and his toe ends up becoming the Rigel, the star of the foot star of Orion. But I think we have a greater story here, that perhaps Aurvandil might actually be Orion. He might be the spirit and essence of Orion. And looking at this from a metaphysical and a cosmological way, the constellation Orion was actually where our star was born. In one of the nebulas in Orion was actually the nesting place of where our star was born. So there is a connection to the formation of our solar system and the formation of our solar guardian coming from Aljauza, the great giant. And I think there is a connection here with Aurvandil, as that he might have actually been an ancient proto-god of greatness, goodness, of hunting, of battle, of mankind in their man in his most exalted state. And I think that's really what Orion, Aurvandil, Aljauza, all of this stands for, is that the greatness of man. So this winter, as you travel outside, and if you're a heathen, look up and look at Orion's toe and know that that represents the great toe of Aurvandil, the friend of Thor, companion and great partner and lover to Groa, the vulva. He was wise and he was good, and he fought for what was right, and he protected the innocent. Last night, after I summoned Aurvandil and I talked to him, I had a beautiful dream where the trees outside were talking to me, and they were telling me that if I was scared and being attacked psychically, that I could send my consciousness into a tree. And I asked the trees in my dream, well, wouldn't that put you into danger? And the trees told me something very wise and very powerful, which I will share with you. They said, no evil can enter a tree. Evil can attack the physicality of a tree, can chop it down, they can burn it down, but evil cannot enter a tree. And so I wanted to share that with you, dear listeners, that there is great magic out there. There are gods that have been forgotten. There are stars in the skies which guide us. And there are trees which are all around us. And they can protect us, even in the darkest of days. And I think about, as I woke up this morning, I think about Ragnarok and how Leif and Leifthrasa, they survived in Mimamedar, in Yggdrasil itself, in Mimi's Holt. They survived in a tree. So no matter what happens in this world, know that you have places of safety and protection to go to, and you have stars and great men to guide you.